Well, hello everyone. My name is Holly, or as they call me at Verbling, Teacher Holly. And I'm very happy to be here, and I look forward to working with more students this hour. So, what is planned for this hour? This hour is a repeat from earlier this week that I did, I think, at about 5 in the afternoon. Called Complaining. And what we will do is look at pictures and decide what the emotion that the person is, read some inspirational quotes, and then we will discuss, do some discussion questions. So that's the plan for today. So let me quickly show you on my screen sharing the plan. Okay, so we're complaining for live online discussions, and we're going to talk about these pictures. Then we're going to talk about idioms, about complaining. Then we will talk about these different inspirational quotes, and then we're going to discuss. So it's a pretty much a fluency class, more or less. So that is the plan for today. So. All right. As I'm waiting for students, I guess I'll introduce myself a little bit. I've been teaching English since 1994. The first time I taught English was it was the first part of May in 1994, and I got off the airplane in Korea. And when I was recruited to go to Korea, they had told me that they would train me. Well, I got there, and I got to the school, and they handed me a textbook, and they said, "Go teach." And my eyes were like, really? Because I didn't actually know what I was doing. And that was 20 years ago, a little bit over 20 years ago, so that's amazing. So I learned by doing, and I had a great group of colleagues that taught me a lot, and then I stayed in Korea for a second year, or part of a second year, and then I went on to graduate school, and that's where I learned even a lot more. I do find it interesting, though, that even after graduate school and after 20 years of teaching, I still begin my first day of classes with groups almost the exact same way. These classes here at Google Hangouts or Verbling are a little bit different because you never know who's coming. But in the when I have a group session where I'm gonna learn to know them for 12 weeks in a row or something like that, then it's interesting that even though I had no idea what I was doing that first day, I still run my class, my first day class, the same way. So that's kind of interesting. Let's see. So I have my master's in TESOL, master's in teaching English to speakers of other languages. Then in the first part of the 2000s, I decided to go back to graduate school, but I decided to do a distance, and this was before VoIP came out, and so I knew that e-learning was going to start being a big thing, and so I became a student in a university and got an online degree. And I got the degree in organizational leadership. And the reason was because I knew that eventually I would start teaching online, and I would want to learn what it's like to be a student and be from a distance. So I actually have two master's degrees, one from a traditional school and one from an online university. And so anyway, that's a little bit about me. let's see. It is now 1:06 a.m. where I'm located, and I'm located in Idaho, and hopefully we can students will come and will speak English. Let me show again what the plan is. So the plan for today's lesson, of course, the topic is complaining. And for those of you who've been in my classes before, a lot of my classes are very similar with PowerPoints. Not all of them, but most of them. So we start out with possibly pictures. So we'll talk about these pictures. What are the people actually doing? What are they thinking? What do you think they're complaining about? We talk about idioms about complaining. And then we'll go through some inspirational quotes about how you shouldn't complain. And when we do that, we'll also go over vocabulary words and pronunciation. And then we will end up with a discussion, which is pretty normal in these general discussion or conversation classes. So that's the plan. So anyway, so hopefully somebody shows up and tries this class out. I look forward to people showing up. So let's see. So nobody likes to complain, but everybody does it in one way or another. And so, but this discussion, a lot of it will be about, you know, is there a time that you should complain? Is there a time that it would make things better if you do complain? Anyway, so I'm just waiting for people to come, and then we'll start the class from there. And I'm not sure what to say anymore, because usually someone's here by now. So again, this is the lesson. This is the plan. And this is an interesting picture because, you know, sometimes people say things and they shouldn't be talking. So it's an interesting picture that way. So we'll talk about these pictures. What are these people doing? And then we have idioms about complaining. We'll talk about these idioms. We'll go through these inspirational quotes, practice pronunciation, and learn new vocabulary words, and then we'll discuss. All in an hour. And the last time I taught this class, I think we barely got to the discussion page before the end of the hour. So anyway, so that is the plan for today. So I hope somebody comes. Aka, how are you today? Were you already in this class for the complaining topic?
Hello?
Are you there?
Oh, yes,
Hello?
I'm here.
Okay, you are. Yeah. Did you come to this class already for complaining?
No, maybe no, I don't think so. Not yet.
Okay, so maybe that was one of them because every once in a while you'll show up and then 2 seconds later you leave because of
Mhm.
your maybe your internet access or something. So
Oh,
maybe it
I
was one
see.
of those.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So how are things right now in Japan?
Kind of semi-semi,
Yeah.
and yeah, the September came and autumn started. The weather here is kind of comfortable.
Uh-huh.
Comfortable, yeah.
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 Okay. So do you like autumn then in Japan?
Yeah, I think autumn and spring is the best season in Japan.
Ah, okay. So what's a winter what are the winters like in Japan?
It's up to the region. This area, from Tokyo to this southwest area,
Mhm.
climate is similar to Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not so many snowy days,
Mhm.
and but summer is muggy, hot and
Yeah.
humid. Yeah.
Hot and humid. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think I would go to Japan either the fall or the spring. So,
So, kind of northern Japan is, especially Hokkaido, is not how can I say temperate.
uh-huh.
It's a sub Antarctica zone or something.
So
So
it's
yeah, winter time is very harsh, very cold,
really
like
maybe I'll
maybe
go
American
there.
knows. Yeah, and yeah, it's a lot of ski resort there. So a lot of Australian or other Australian in the summertime, some of them come to Japan
Uh-huh.
to go skiing.
To go skiing in
Yeah,
their summertime.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
yeah, or famous for its ski resort. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
actually, Hokkaido. And kind of one part of northern Japan is a kind of Japanese seaside is one of the heaviest snowy area in the world. It
Ah.
snow accumulates sometimes 3 meters or
Uh-huh.
so. Yeah, kind of maybe because of the climate pattern there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I just know I've heard so much about the spas, and a couple months ago, I was teaching a student in Japan, and
Mhm.
he had spent a weekend at a spa. So
Mhm.
I had him screen share, and he
Mhm.
showed me pictures of it, and I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
I want to go to one of those.
Yeah, yeah, kind of spa is one of the leisure, popular
Yeah.
leisure here. Yeah, a lot of spa or how can we say? We call it healthy land in Japanese. That means kind of reasonable price spa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because probably the spas are fairly expensive, but I want to go to the expensive one, and I want to be pampered. So,
Mhm.
do you know that word?
Pampered,
To
maybe
to be pampered, and what it means is to be taken care of well.
like okay, take like a baby.
Kind of, but you know how
Okay.
in the expensive places they will pamper their guests
Yeah, that's
and
right.
stuff like that. So yeah, like it's kind of like a baby, but not. I mean, it's not the same, you know.
Kind of good hospitality or something.
Yeah, very, very
Mhm.
good hospitality.
Nice.
Where
Mhm.
you know, in the mid
Mhm.
prices, they'll give you a key and say, "Have a good stay." But
Mhm.
in the really nice places, here's the key. Let us know if you need any help. Oh, do you want a cookie? Here's a warm cookie. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and here's a newspaper. Stuff like that. So, all right. Well, let's go ahead and start on the activity, and maybe somebody will show up.
Mhm.
So, um, complaining. So I kind of like this picture here. It's to me it's kind of funny because so much of the time, oops, so much of the time when we are complaining we really are saying things we shouldn't say. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
but it's kind of funny there. Okay, let's look at this. So Aka, when you look at these 5 people, what do you What do you think of?
Okay.
What are they communicating?
And left
So
hand
how about
side.
the?
Okay. You choose the picture. Okay. That one.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, you can tell.
But yeah, I can see a pointer. So that person, I think,
Okay, so
yeah, he's angry.
okay,
And
okay,
yeah, very angry, I think. His facial expression shows angry.
okay. What I mean, he's angry. So what do you think he's angry? Who do you think he's angry at? Just we're
Maybe
just kind of guessing.
someone who is in front of him,
Okay,
not the telephone or something like that.
yeah.
He also shows a body language.
hmm My imagination goes here with this one, and I think that this man is angry because his daughter just left home with a
Mhm.
man he doesn't like.
Ah, yeah, maybe that's kind of feeling, yes.
That's kind of when I see that I see him. What's she doing with him? Why is she with him? That kind of
Mhm. Mm.
that thought.
Mhm.
But anyway, but he could be, there are all kinds of
Mhm.
different things. So okay, so the next person, this guy, what's going on here?
Yes, I think, yeah, he's complaining something, but not compare with previous picture. There's not
Hmm
so much direct angry feeling, direct angry feeling. More
So
kind of
he's
he
not.
wants to try persuade or explain or
hmm So he's
yeah,
wanting to persuade
yeah, because he's talking.
persuade his.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, so he's wanting to persuade somebody how he feels about something. Okay. And so I when I see this his picture, I think that there's a look of shock.
Mm-hmm, I see. Yeah.
He's kind
Yeah.
of he's kind
Mm-hmm.
of in shock about what somebody has said, and that's
Mm-hmm.
why, of course, why he wants to persuade somebody.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So okay, all right. The next one. What about this guy right here?
Mm. He doesn't look like complaining something, just smiling.
hmm
But I don't know. Inside his mind, he might feel complaint, but he just
Uh huh.
hide that feeling with
Uh
smile.
huh. Uh huh. So he's not outwardly complaining,
Mm.
right?
Or someone complained to him, he just smile to reply to
hmm
calm them
Yeah.
down.
Okay. And he's smiling. He is smiling to stay calm.
Mm.
Stay calm. Of the three men, which one will probably get what they want based on their?
Last man, people,
hmm
man with smiling.
Yeah, I agree. Personally, I'm usually like this one. I get angry. You can tell all over. I cannot hide it. But I admire people who can be angry this way.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
very most kind of highest technique he had.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So how about you? Which one of the three would you look like?
It's up to the case. It's up to my mood. I have
Okay.
a lot of different face in my mind, but yeah, maybe or it's up to my status or what I was required. If I working
Uh-huh.
in the customer service, definitely I have to choose that last person's attitude.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, in a professional setting,
Mm.
this is definitely what
Mm.
you've got to do. So yeah, I know. I remember when I was in graduate school, I was upset about something, and I went in and I taught a class because it was part of my job, and I left all excited and energized. And I
Mm.
ran into the dean of the graduate program, and he said, "So Holly, how are you?" And I said, "Man, I walked into class angry, and I come out all excited." And he said, "I think you're a teacher." So, but in a professional situation, you can't show your feelings.
Mm.
So in that respect, I was able to forget why I was angry. So how about the girl? What's going on here with the girl?
She got bored
Okay,
or
so she's
reluctant
bored.
feeling. Yeah. She reluctant to
Hmm.
go to school or something.
Okay, she's bored and doesn't want to go to school. Okay.
She's bored.
Um, Now you could have said she's reluctant to go to school, but doesn't want to is just easier to say. So
No, it's not easy to
yeah.
say. So
Oh
she using a body language
yeah.
to express
Mhm.
her emotion or feeling.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. And I think maybe she's got too much homework.
Hmm.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we have somebody else here. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hello. Hello, Murat. How are you today? Hello. Maybe you need to increase the microphone. So we'll go on, and when your microphone starts working, so okay, perfect, excellent. Thanks, Marat. Um, okay, and the next lady. What's going on with this lady?
I think she said keep it in secret or be
Oh,
quiet.
probably be quiet.
Mm.
So yeah, be quiet.
I see. This gesture.
And it,
Okay.
where do you think she is actually telling people to be quiet?
She's a teacher in the classroom with not
Okay.
naughty kids. But
Oh,
yeah, not so
okay.
naughty because maybe he didn't. He just just showed the gesture. So
Mhm.
maybe in a
Mhm.
museum or movie theater or kind of yeah. So,
Yeah, or hospital or library.
yes, I library. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's just saying be quiet, be quiet. And some people who are feeling they're not being that loud might be thinking she's a complainer. So
Mm, mm.
uh, but okay. Anyway, let's go on to the next page. So these are idioms about complaining. Um, do you recognize any of these? And if so, can you tell me what they mean?
Can't complain is maybe literal meaning. I can't complain this. So.
Hmm. Basically, it's basically when somebody asks you, so
Mhm.
hey, okay, how's it going? Well, can't complain. So things
Oh,
are going fine.
okay. Mhm.
Um, so that's what that means. And it's really spoken. You really don't ever use that in writing. So if somebody asks you over email or something, you probably can't use it. So um, okay. Next one or any of them.
Complain to someone. Maybe. I guess it's not my business. Complain to others. Maybe such kind of meaning.
Complain to someone. Well, no, it's actually to complain.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've got here is a definition. It's to grouch or protest to someone.
Mm-hmm.
To grouch or protest to someone. So that really just means to complain. Pull your weight. Any idea what that means?
Maybe how can I say? Feel, how can I, complete one's responsibility.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. And so the thing is, one of the things that happens is if people are not pulling their weight, then other people will start to complain. So yeah, you totally hit the nail on the head. So okay, picking up slack.
What does slack mean?
Slack is it's something loose. The one I'm thinking of is trousers, loose trousers that men wear. In American English, we actually call them slacks.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, slacks. Yeah, slacks became Japanese. Yeah. Okay.
And so and the reason they're called slacks is because they're loose and they have room.
I see. Extra work.
So this idiom means to do extra work because other people. Oh, I need to move this picture. Other people are not doing their part. So if somebody is not pulling their weight, somebody else has to pick up their slack. So and if they're not pulling their weight, then there is complaining. So Murat, did you get your microphone working? Yay!
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome. We are going to we're working on a topic of complaining, and right now we're going over idioms.
Okay.
Okay. So breathing down my neck. This is what somebody actually does when they might complain about this. Man, I hate that. He's always breathing down my neck.
Yeah.
Anybody know what that means? Any idea?
Disturb a man or woman. Maybe.
It's usually what a boss does.
Speaks very.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So the boss is disturbing his employees.
Yeah.
So it breathing down your neck. It means the boss is closely watching or monitoring you. Imagine a person standing behind you, so close that you can feel his or her breath on your neck. This is considered very annoying. So
control.
Yeah. Exactly. So this is a reason somebody could be complaining about their boss. Because, do you guys know the word to micromanage?
I can get sense. Micromanage.
Yeah. To micromanage, actually, if somebody is breathing down your neck, they are micromanaging. Okay. So I'll leave a lot to be desired. Do either one of you know that one? To leave a lot to be desired.
Maybe cannot be satisfied with it.
Yes. Very, very. That is very true. Okay. So in this definition, it says a polite or indirect way to say that it is unsatisfactory. It is not as good as you would like it to be. So somebody asks you, well, so how was the concert? Well, it left a lot to be desired. So, what is that noise? Is that you? Who is that? Is that you, Aka, or
Maybe I'm
no?
moving chair. Maybe I made a noise. Probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it was okay. Okay, Murat, I muted you, and it was Aka's fault. So sorry about that.
Sorry.
Yeah. Who's moving something?
Aka.
I'm
Aka.
moving my chair.
Oh, okay. Well, your moving leaves a lot to be desired. So anyway, if you say that something leaves a lot to be desired, it's a way of saying it's not very satisfactory. It's unsatisfactory, but you don't want to say, "Man, it sucked," or "That was really bad. I did not like that." You just say it just left a lot to be desired. Okay.
Is it kind of euphemism or direct expression?
It's an indirect expression.
Indirect.
Actually. Yeah. So it's, like I'm personally, I'm very direct. If I didn't like something, I usually would say I don't like it. But there's a lot of people that are very polite and they're indirect, and this is the saying that they would use. And I've used it a little bit, but probably should use it more. So, okay, if you're spread too thin, what do you think that means? Either one of you? Are you still moving, Aka?
No, I'm fixed.
What is that noise?
I don't know. I just rolled my road chair. Did you hear the noise? I'm moving now.
Do you hear a noise? Or is it just me?
Okay.
No,
I see.
I hear.
You hear it too?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. A lot of noise.
Okay. Yeah, it's maybe. Aka, could you mute and see? We'll see if it's you. It's quiet. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Is it
I
mine?
don't hear any noise. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds very weird. That's okay. I can work with it, so it's fine. Okay, spread too thin. What do you think it means if you're spread too thin? A lot of people will complain if they're spread too thin, and many times they will leave a company and they will leave a job if their employer lets them be spread too thin too long, because they will experience burnout. So does anybody know what that means?
No, I don't know.
Any idea? Okay, so let me read this to you. If you're spread too thin, it means that you are trying to do too many things, projects, or commitments at the same time, meaning that you can't give enough attention to any of them. So a lot of women who work outside of the home, who are mothers, many times they are spread too thin. And some are not, but many of them are.
It's kind of too much to handle.
Yes, it's too much to handle. Yeah, and if they're spread too thin for too long, they could experience burnout. They could leave their job because it stops being fun. So, okay, all right. Let's go to the next one. Now we're gonna read through some inspirational quotes, and then discuss them. So, Murat, could you read this slide?
Yes. Do you agree? Why or why not?
Okay. Now I'm gonna usually when there's a question in English, you would say, "Do you agree?" So your tone goes up. If it goes
Yeah.
down, it's not a question. So can you try it again and try to
Yeah.
make it sound like a question?
Okay. Do you agree? Why or why not?
Perfect. Okay. Could you read the statement?
Everything?
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Be thankful and stop complaining. Live more. Have more smiles. Hate less. Become more blessed. Complain less. Less stress.
Perfect. Very good pronunciation. Um, so, do you guys agree with this?
Yeah, yeah. I totally agree.
Okay. So you agree with that 100%. How about you, Aka?
Yes, I agree with it because sometimes compliment during complaint we tend to be too emotional. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes complaint makes complaint, and that makes another complaint, and it's kind of vicious circle.
Yeah.
We need to be calm down at the beginning, at first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with you on that. Perfect. Okay. Aka, could you read the next inspirational statement?
Okay. Do you agree? Why or why not? Spending today complaining about yesterday won't make tomorrow any better.
Perfect. And good pronunciation there as well. So do you guys agree with this one?
Yes, I agree.
Yes, me too. Agree.
Yeah. Because if you're complaining about yesterday, it doesn't matter because it's already gone. It's already done.
Yeah,
Just learn
yeah,
from it and go on. So,
We couldn't change the past. We just
uh-huh.
change present and future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the goal is to not repeat the past,
Right.
you know. So, which worries me when so many people do not pay attention to history. And so if you don't pay attention to history, you're bound to repeat it. So, okay. Next one. Murat, could you read that?
yes. Do you agree? Go
And
24.
Aka, could you mute?
Okay.
Do you
Okay.
agree? Or why not? Go 24 hours without complaining, not even once. Then watch how your life starts changing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Have you ever tried this?
Uh, no.
No? Okay. All right.
Maybe not 24, but 1 or 2 hours without
Okay.
complaining.
So 1 or 2 hours and it's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally have found that if when I'm in a job and there's a lot of complainers, I stay away from them, and it seems like people who don't complain seem to find each other, and we work on being, and the people who complain find each other. So it's interesting. So Aka, you can unmute now, and I think there must be a connection issue or
Okay.
something. But do you agree with this? And
Yeah,
have you ever done it?
I agree, but it's hard. I've never tried this actually.
Oh, you've never tried it either. Or you tried it, it lasted 2 hours, like Murat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I remain in my room without without talking and meeting anybody. In my room 24 hours. It could be possible. But anyway.
Yeah. How funny. How funny. Yeah, and I think I've been able to do it. I've been able to do this, and I used to, when I was younger, I used to be a lot more negative than I am now. And one of the reasons is because I made the decision to be positive. So,
Ah, ah. And yeah, even if I remain in my room without meeting anybody, maybe I might start complaining myself. So
uh-huh.
yeah,
Yeah. I
maybe yeah.
when I was living in Finland one summer, I spent about 2 weeks alone. Just I was in graduate school and I was studying, and so I was just alone all the time. And I noticed that when I went to the grocery store, I was more irritable because I had not talked to anyone.
Mm.
And and I was talking to a colleague. I ran into him in the office, and he said the same thing, that he had spent a couple weeks alone and then went to the shop, and he was like, I got really angry for nothing. So anyway, let's go on to the next one.
Okay.
Um, Aka, can you read this one?
Okay. Do you agree? Why or why not? Once achievable improvement, it's worth more than a million great suggestions that can be done. What does this phrase mean?
Basically, it means if you are able to improve one part of your life, is improving one part of your life is better than a bunch of suggestions that you've never been able to do.
Oh, I see. Yeah, okay.
You know.
Mhm.
So, do you agree or disagree?
Yeah, maybe to improve my life, yeah, action is necessary.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
not only thinking or complaining, or we need to do something about
Hmm.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys know the Australian English vocabulary for to whine or to complain?
No.
This is something I learned when I was living in Korea, and there were some Australians there. It means to whinge. So if somebody is whinging, they are complaining, and it's Australian English. So I just thought of this. So Murat, do you agree with this?
Yes, I agree too.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is like one improvement at a time is better than complaining all the time. So yeah, okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, Murat, could you read this?
And do you agree? Why or why not? Complaining is a complete waste of one's energy. Those who complain the most accomplish the least. Yeah, yeah, it is waste of my energy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you agree that it wastes energy. How about you, Aka? Do you agree with this?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's why I think to calm down at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and we can preserve the energy, and we can think rationally, or we can find a solution, better
Mm-hmm.
solution than
Mm-hmm.
just be complaining.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what about I'm going to play devil's advocate right now. Do you guys know what that means?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
to play devil's advocate. Okay. So, um, in the last class I taught this, I had a couple students say, "What about the people who complain and get things done? And they can't. Nothing will get done unless they complain." So, what is it? There was a saying about that. I've forgotten it. But have you heard? I mean, some people, if if they don't complain, nothing will get done. So they can't agree with this at all because of that.
Yeah.
So, have you ever heard this saying, the squeaky wheel gets the grease? How to spell grease? Okay, because the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Do you guys know what that means?
No.
No, but it sounds
Okay.
negative.
Well, it's actually not. I mean, do you know? Okay, you know what wheel is, right?
Kind of
And
wheel.
like a bicycle
Oh, yeah.
wheel or a car tire, but a bicycle wheel. Okay, so do you guys ride your bikes ever?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So say you have you're riding your bike and your wheels, one of your wheels starts to squeak, which is
Oh, yeah.
okay. So what do? You hear the noise, right? And so you go, oh, I need to fix that. So you put some grease on it and you fix the squeaky wheel, right?
Yes.
So the saying basically is saying that if the person who talks the loudest gets what they want the fastest. So so basically we have this saying in English: the squeaky wheel gets the grease. And if something's wrong and you need to right a wrong, then you need to complain because the squeaky wheel gets the grease. Do you agree or disagree? And you're welcome to disagree. That's totally fine.
So that means we need to decide which is right or which is wrong
To
to.
right a wrong, basically, if something is wrong, okay, to right a wrong, that's a saying that basically if something is wrong in society or in somewhere, that you go ahead and make it right. So
Ah.
you are righting a wrong. So say for example on the school playground, some kids are getting bullied, they're getting teased. So you go and you right that wrong, and the kids that are bullying or the kids that are teasing, you talk to them and have them stop. You are righting a wrong. So, but if the teachers at the school are not paying attention, and the parents do not complain that these kids are getting teased, nothing will get done. So it depends on what they're complaining about. I guess is what the other class was saying, that sometimes you have to complain. So if you're renting an apartment and your toilet is always breaking because the parts are old, your landlord is not going to know until you complain. So, but I agree with the saying here when it comes to most complaints. But then there are what we say legitimate complaints that need to be done. So, I think when we all agreed with this, it's because so many times when we complain, we waste our energy, and there's nothing we can do about it. So,
Yeah.
okay, let's go to the next one. All right. Hi, Obed. Welcome. So we've got about 10 minutes left, but you're really welcome to join us. So, Akka, could you choose a question and ask Murat or Obed?
When is it appropriate to complain in a restaurant, Murat?
When is it? Uh, if I were a restaurant, uh, my food was late. Uh, I was complaining. When is it appropriate to complain in the restaurant? Maybe when the food coming late.
Okay, so when the food comes late,
Yeah.
when the food comes late, okay. All right, do you agree with that? Obed, or can you speak?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Do you agree with what Marat just said? That it is fine to complain in a restaurant if the food comes late.
Um, Food complete. That means food not good. That's
Uh,
right.
excuse me?
Food complete meaning the food is not good.
Or the food, it comes late. It comes, it
Complete.
should come
Yeah,
in
yeah,
50,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That is it. Yeah, I agree with my friend here.
Okay.
It's
All right.
especially when I angry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. So you'd say, especially when I am angry.
Yes.
I am angry. Okay. All right. Murat, could you choose a question and ask Obed, or is it Obed, or how do you say your name?
Obed. Yeah, that's right.
Obed.
Obed. Yes.
Obed or Ake.
Okay, Obed,
Yes.
I will ask you, uh, have you ever gotten angry at a worker in a store or a restaurant?
Have you ever gotten angry at work, in store, or, of course, in a restaurant?
Tell us about it.
Have you?
Uh, what can you remember give us an example of a time that you got angry? I do all the
Yeah,
time, so.
yeah, yeah, yeah. When I sit in a restaurant,
Uh-huh.
maybe I think this guy's service. I don't know how I can call it. The guys come with me our food, my food.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, is when he is not clear, I think that I am angry.
You got angry because he didn't clear the food? They didn't clear the
Yes.
table? Okay. Yeah. I had something similar happen, and my friends just sat there and watched me thinking I was going to complain because I was living in Finland, and in Finland they don't complain. They with their mouth, they complain with their feet.
Yes. Another
Oh,
another things. Maybe
uh-huh.
when there in a restaurant, someone look for me when I eating. That is completely or nervous for me.
Oh, so when they look at you,
Yeah.
they watch you when you're eating. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Obed, could you ask a question
Okay.
and
Uh,
ask Aka?
what are some reasons why we might need to complete in a store or restaurant?
Okay.
Yeah, probably the service, the late, uh, kind of, how can I
Bad
say,
food.
that yeah, kind of fries in the soup, or,
Yeah.
sometimes I went to McDonald's and I ordered a hamburger, but they probably forgot my order. So I asked while maybe minutes or maybe 5 or 10 minutes later, I asked that my order to the counter, and they apologized to me, and they gave me an extra Coke. Yeah,
Oh, did
maybe.
they? Okay.
No, it's service. It's kind of free cola.
That
For
doesn't happen in every country. In the
well, I could be lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, well, in the U.S., sometimes I will go to a restaurant at breakfast, and I will order eggs a certain way, and many times I don't get it that way. And if I complain,
Mhm.
some of the restaurants will they'll say, "Well, do you want me to take it back?" And I say, "No, no, I'll eat it." And because I have decided to keep the food, even though it was not what I ordered, they many times they will give it to me for free.
Mhm.
So, but that's America in the American way. In Finland, they never would give me anything free. I used to complain all the time. So, oh no, that American that she always complains. So, all right, Aka, could you ask a question?
Okay. Is it common in your country to complain about bad service, the Murat?
First of
Yes,
all,
yeah,
what country is
yeah.
it? Saudi Arabia or Egypt?
Where?
What country are you from?
Me? I am
Yeah.
from Turkey.
Turkey. Okay, I knew it was
Yeah.
somewhere in the Middle East, but I wasn't sure exactly. Okay.
Is it common? It's common in my country to about the service complaint too. Uh, but uh, sometimes we don't have a free cola or another thing when we complain. So it's common.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's very common. And Obaid, what country are you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Okay. So is it? How about you in your country? Is it common to complain about bad service?
What is service exactly?
Service is as when the waiter or waitress gives you their food.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
When the workers late, that is confused for me.
When they come late.
Yes.
Uh huh. Okay. And okay, how about in your country, in Japan?
Mhm. Oh
Is it
yeah, I
common?
think it's common. Yeah.
Okay.
Japanese
And
customer are very demanding and
okay. And
yeah.
Finns do not complain with their mouth. They will keep their mouth shut. They will not say a word. And then they have a saying that they complain with their feet, which means they just will not go back.
Oh, I see.
So they don't tell the company that there was something wrong. They just complain with their feet. And I had countless students tell me that when I would tell them about the service that I received in their country. They're like, "Oh no, we would never have said anything." So, but anyway, thank you very much for your participation in class today. I hope you learned some new words and new phrases and were able to get some of the practice that you need and desire. And I'll see you guys later.
Okay. Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
Holly.
thank you.
Okay, thank you
Thank
Thank
very
you.
you.
much.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
teacher.